Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. My name is Muhammad Afzal Rashid and I am going to present the DNA model. I am going to present this to Dr. Muhammad Ataf. My teammates are Aisha Ahmed, Maria Manzoor, Fatma Nasir, Shahad Masood, Muhammad Tayyib, and Amer Mahmood. The contents of my the contents of my topics are history, definition and basics of DNA, DNA structure, location of DNA, composition, types of DNA, physical and chemical properties of DNA, function, DNA model, central dogma process, translation and transcription processes. This is the actual framework of the DNA. DNA is actually an acronym which stands for deoxyribonucleic acid. DNA is a polymer of deoxyribonucleic acid nucleotides found in the chromosome, mitochondria, and chloroplast of the cell. This actually carries the genetic information which can be transmitted from one generation to other generation. The components of a nucleotide. DNA is actually a nucleotide and it is made up of base, sugar, and phosphate. This is the structures of a nucleotide, which mainly consist of the sugar, base, nitrogenous base, phosphate. The structure which is made up of base and sugar is called nucleoside, and when this nucleoside combines with the phosphate group, this is called nucleotide. Here we are going. Here I am explaining that DNA is called deoxyribose because here in the in OH in OH group H is present and in the RNA OH is present at the site of H. There are two types of nitrogenous bases, purines and pyrimidines. Purines are actually double ring structures and pyrimidines are single ring structures. Purines are adenine and guanine and pyrimidines are thymine and cytosine. Cytosine is a pyrimidine which is only present in the DNA and uracil is only present in the RNA. The history, there are many processes, there are many procedures involved in the discovery and all the information known nowadays in the DNA. In first 1866, George Mendel finds that how the parents' characteristics are transferred from parents to their young ones. In 1928, Frederick Griffith proved that the bacteria can change their character by transformation. Here is the basically the discovery of the DNA. In 1949, Edwin Chargaff presented the Chargaff rule. In this rule, he concluded that adenine amount of adenine is equal to thymine and amount of guanine is equal to cytosine. In 1952, Alfred Hershey and Martha Chase confirmed that DNA is a genetic material because it transfers from one generation to another generation. In 1952, Morris Wilkins and Rosalind Franklin found that DNA was at least a double helical shape. DNA is actually a strand, two types of two strands which are arranged in a helical structure. 1953, James Watson and Francis Crick found that DNA is made up of two polynucleotides which are arranged themselves in a helical structure. There are different forms of DNA. They are aDNA, bDNA, and zDNA. Here I am going to explain the aDNA. aDNA is one of the many possible double helical structures of the DNA. It is the most active form along with the other forms. Helical has left-handed sense, shorter, more compact helical structure. It occurs only in dehydrated samples of DNA that are used in the crystallographic experiments. This is the structure of the aDNA. Here is the bDNA. Most common DNA conformation is in vivo. It means they are present inside the cells. Favored conformation at high water concentrations. They are also known as Watson and Crick model of DNA. This is the most accepted most widely accepted model of the DNA. This is firstly identified in fiber at 92% relative humidity. Means there are 92% of water present in this DNA. There, here is the zDNA. zDNA is one of the many possible double helix structures of DNA. Helix has left-handed sense, as like of ADNA. It is most active double helical structure. This can be formed in vivo, given proper sequences and super helical tension, but function remains obscure. Nucleic acid. This is the structure of a nucleotide. Here, the main component is the sugar. Here, sugar, the one end of carbon is attached with the nitrogenous base, and the fifth end of the carbon is attached with the phosphate group by a phosphodiester bond. Nucleic acid is mainly consists of a sugar, pentose sugar, pentose sugar, and nitrogenous base phosphate group. Here. Here I'm going to explaining the two terms. Nucleoside. Nucleoside is the sugar plus nitrogenous base, but nucleoside is the sugar plus nitrogenous base plus phosphate group. Nitrogenous bases. There are two types of nitrogenous bases: purines and pyrimidines. Purines are adenine, guanine. Pyrimidines are cytosine, thymine, and uracil. Thymine is present in the DNA, and uracil is present in the RNA. The primary structure of the DNA. This is the primary structure of the DNA. Here, the main component of the DNA is the pentose sugar, in which the first one end of the pentose sugar is attached with the nitrogenous base and the other end is attached with the phosphodiester bond. Two two nucleotides are arranged with the phosphodiester linkage with one another, and here the primary structure of the DNA is found. That traditionally a DNA sequence is drawn from 5 to 3 prime end. Here is the 5 in 5 prime and the in 5 prime and phosphate group is the present, and in the 3 prime and of hydroxyl group is the present. This is the secondary structure. Secondary structure is basically that the DNA, the nucleotides of DNA arranged themselves into a double helix structure, and this is called the secondary structure of the DNA. The secondary structure of DNA. There are the these are This is the explanation of the secondary structure of DNA. Basically, two anti-parallel polynucleotide chains bound around the same axis and they form a helix. Sugar phosphate chains wrap around the periphery. Bases there are These are the four types of bases which occupy the core, forming complementary AT and GC Watson Crick model. There are two hydrogen bonds present between the A and T, and there are three types of hydrogen bonds present between the G and C. This is the Watson and Crick's works. In 1951, James Watson traveled from the United States to the work with Francis Crick at Cambridge University. Watson and Crick used the model building approach. They physically build models out of wire, sheet metals, nuts, and bolts to come up with the structure of DNA. This is the actual work behind the discovery of the structure of the DNA. The, the sides of the ladder are made up of alternating molecules of phosphate, and deoxyribose. The base make up the rungs of the ladder and attracted by a weak chemical bonds called hydrogen bonds. The DNA double helix is anti-parallel, which means that the 5 end of one strand is paired with the third end of its complementary strand and vice versa. Means that the first end is 5 prime to third prime end, and the anti-parallel end is to 5 prime end to the third prime end. Two hydrogen bonds connects thymine to adenine, and three hydrogen bonds connect to guanine to cytosine. Chergaff rule. Chergaff is the scientist who presented the Chergaff rule. Chergaff rule concluded that the amount of adenine is must pair up with the thymine, and guanine must be paired up with the cytosine. The amount of adenine is equal to thymine, and amount of guanine is equal to the cytosine. And this is the main basic core structure of the DNA microarray, in which we can easily say that the bases are connected with the hydrogen bond, and the nucleotides are arranged with the phosphodiester bonds. This central dogma is basically the product is basically the process from DNA to the protein synthesis. It is basically consists of replication, translation, and transcription process. Replication is the process which include the exact copy of the DNA, exact copy of the DNA. DNA polymerase. There are the components of replication: DNA polymerase, helicase, topoisomerase, RNA primase, single strand binding protein, and DNA ligase. DNA polymerase, DNA replication step, identification of the region of the replication, and unbinding of dsDNA to provide an complementary DNA template. Formation of the replication fork, initiation of DNA synthesis and elongation, primer removal and ligation of the newly synthesized DNA segments, reconstitution of the chromatin structure. This is the translation process. Translation means the production of the messenger RNA from the DNA. There are the three steps: initiation, elongation, and the termination. Translation is basically a process of converting information in messenger RNA into a sequence of amino acid in a protein. Messenger RNA is in ribosomes. Each combination of three nucleotides of messenger RNA is called a codon, a three-letter code word. Each codon specifies a particular amino acid that is to be placed in the polypeptide chain. DNA replication, transcription, and translation. Basically, first of all, messenger RNA is replicated by DNA. This is going to be then to the uh, ribosome, and then the polypeptide proteins are amino acids are arranged in a polypeptide chain, and the proteins are formed. This is actually the process of central dogma. Thank you. It's all about our presentation. I have represented this model